Welcome back to Let's Talk Sports. I'm CJ Tully, and the college football playoffs will remain at a 12-team format for the 2026-2027 season. Let's talk about it. Now, ever since the college football playoffs have expanded to this 12-team format, there's been this constant conversation as to whether or not we're going to see more teams enter the college football playoffs and whether or not this expansion could grow to even more teams. Now, a lot of this falls in the hands of the SEC and the Big Ten to come to an agreement and to allow for there to be more teams in the college football playoffs. Both conferences were very far off on where they want to be, and this has now left us with a 12-team format for at least the 2026-2027 season going forward. There will be a few changes to this upcoming year's 12-team format, as for one, we're going to see Notre Dame get an automatic bid if they finish within the top 12. Now, this is big for Notre Dame given the fact that they don't have a conference championship, and now all they'll have to do is finish in the top 12. Another big difference we're going to see this upcoming year is the fact that it's not just the top four highest ranked conference champions that are going to be making it. It's now the top Power 4 conference champions that are going to be making it. This is big given the fact that there wasn't an ACC champion in the college football playoffs this year, as Duke was not ranked high enough. Now, and the way that this is going to be in the 26-27 season, the ranking will not matter. It's just going to go to the automatic 4 conference champions in the Power 4. So in this scenario, we would have seen Duke make it this past season. That's big going forward because you do want to see the Power 4 schools making the college football playoffs. Now, how far off were the Big Ten and the SEC? Well, the SEC wanted a 16-team format, and this would allow for a lot more at-large bids. This would obviously benefit the SEC as a lot of their teams are highly ranked, and you would see a lot of them find their ways within the college football playoffs. The Big Ten, on the other side, they pretty much want everybody in the playoffs. They wanted to propose a 24-team college football playoffs, and this would eliminate the conference championship, and this would allow for more games at the end of the season, and where that conference championship weekend would have been to go to seeding games, and this would allow for some more teams to have an automatic bid within the college football playoffs. Now, I kind of like the idea of there being more automatic bids in a lot of these play-in and seeding games. I think that would be a lot more fun than the conference champions, where you don't really hurt the loser of those games, and it more so just helps the winner get a higher seed. So I think you can do without the conference champions, and maybe some of these seeding games would have been more fun. I mean, just imagine a Vanderbilt BYU game, winner gets into the college football playoffs. I think that part would have been a lot more fun than seeing some of these conference champion games. Now, to the opposition of that, I think if you allow 24 teams in the college football playoffs, a lot of those games are going to become uncompetitive, and you're just going to see a lot of bottom feeders come in here and get stomped by some of the higher ranked teams. Now, some of the things that I do think need to change if we are going to continue with the 12-team format, which I am a fan of. I love the 12-team format. I think it's just enough teams to make this entertaining while not always just bringing in some of the lower-end competition. But the changes that I think need to be made are, one, G5 schools should not just automatically get in if they win their conference championship. They should have to compete with an SEC or a Big Ten school during the regular season to show that they have some kind of fight, some kind of energy to bring to these games, because you saw JMU and Tulane played this past season, and those are just not teams that you want to see in the college football playoffs. Secondly, I think that the home field advantage should always go to the higher ranked team. I think once you get to the second round, third round in the conference the championship, there should be home field advantage to those teams. They have earned that, and the students and everything that comes with college football are what make it the way it is. There should not be mutual sites or bowl games for these playoff games. They should be their own entity, and these stadiums should be able to hold their home students and make it more fun and a bigger college environment for these teams. That's number 2. Finally, I think you're going to have to do away with preseason rankings. Now, if you're to do the 12 best teams to make the college football playoffs, the preseason rankings are already hindering that, because some of these teams that are highly ranked, it's going to take them longer to fall out. Meanwhile, you have some teams like a BYU or Vanderbilt who are way far back ranked this past season. They're going to take way too long to move up to seriously have a chance at becoming one of those top 12 teams. So the preseason rankings are fun for a lot of people to make. I know I always make them, but for them to hold any weight in what teams are going to be making the playoffs towards the end of the season, I think you're going to have to do away with that. Maybe start that in the 5th or 6th week to see what these teams really are, and then start to have some weight to those preseason rankings. But let me know what you guys think. How many teams should be in the college football playoffs to make it competitive? You can always follow me on Let's Talk Sports on Instagram and TikTok. That's Let's TAWK Sports. And check out my website, letstawksports.com.